Hello and welcome. This is Deacon Kirby with a Trailblazing Tuesday. Another day that's on a Tuesday where I pick a gospel artist that I feel has been trailblazing in the things that they do. And the person I picked for Trailblazing Tuesday today is none other than a man, and his name is Keith Pringle. Now, if you don't know Keith Pringle, then you should be ashamed. Keith Pringle, I would consider him being on legendary status, a gospel legend. He has done so much work. I remember hearing him one time at a concert. It was a lady named Darnita Rogers. And if you never heard Darnita Rogers, let me tell you, one of the best sopranos that comes out of Philadelphia. And I believe she's in Germany or something like that right now. But wherever she is, she's still one of the greatest sopranos wherever she dwells. But anyway, the lady named Darnita Rogers had a tribute concert. She did one for Walter Hawk and invited Ed Hawkins to come. And the next year, she did a tribute concert for Keith Pringle. Now, to tell you the truth, I really didn't know much about Keith Pringle. But you know, when I hear a legend's name, I look them up and find out all about them so I can be informed and updated. And this one legend, Keith Pringle, he's a phenomenal gospel artist. I mean, he wrote so many songs. When I looked up the songs that he wrote, I'm like, wow, this guy is amazing. When I found out that he wrote the song that everybody sings is When All God's Children Get to Heaven. What a time, what a time, oh, what a time. I mean, that is like a party song for Christians. Because, you know, when we think about going to heaven, you're like, oh, when we all get together, we're going to have a time. We're going to have our little... We don't have no party hats, but we have golden crowns, you know. I mean, and that we're going to lay at Jesus' feet. It's just going to be a good time. Anyway, other songs he wrote, and I know people know this song. I feel like going on. I feel like going on. He wrote that song. Oh, didn't you know? Keith Pringle wrote I Feel Like Going On. And that's a very popular song that I think a lot of people know. And if you know that song and you did not know Keith Pringle sings it or wrote it, I think you ought to look up Keith Pringle and find out more about him. He also wrote a song, and when people know Kurt Carr, when he wrote the song, Yes, and we will praise you for the rest of our days. And Kurt Carr wrote that song, and you know how he comes back and you think the song is over, and you're like, okay, it's time to go home, and he just get back and say yes, and you're like, okay, I guess I gotta stay here then. And then he starts the song, and again, try to get up, and he says, yeah, well, let me tell you who started that. Keith Pringle. He got a song, Just Can't Stop Praising His Name. I mean, when that music plays, can't stop praising His name, can't stop praising His name, Jesus. And the song's in. So you think it's over. So you pull your seat back, and you get back up and can't stop praising His name. They're singing it. Jesus. And can't stop. So like, okay, I guess it's over now. I can get up. And then I feel like, what in tarnations? What is going on here? I thought the song was over. And then, when the song is really over, you just still sitting there waiting for some more. Anyway, Keith Pringle is a wonderful person. I took a picture with her one time, and that was at that tribute concert that Darnita Rogers sponsored. So that's all I gotta say about Keith Pringle. He's just an awesome fella. And if you don't know who he is, how about you go on that search engine on YouTube and Google and type in Keith Pringle and, listen to some of his songs that he wrote. With that being said, say to your neighbor, don't stop praising his name. Do you feel like going on? Wonderful Savior.